Hello everyone, I'm irem Kalender, third year architecture student at Istanbul Okan University. This term, Professor Halisemi Eryıldız, I took the Urban Environment 2 course from our teacher, and as a result of the criticism of my advisor, Gizem Yılmaz, I will explain my article about the common features of eco-villages that I have prepared. Afterwards, I will explain the subheadings and interpretation of the ecological dimensions of eco-villages, society in eco-villages, solutions for needs in eco-villages, and examples from eco-villages in the world over the SWOT table. Thank you for listening in advance. In my article, I indicated the parts I added myself in red. Common characteristics of eco-villages. Abstract. Generally speaking, the common component of eco-villages is sustainability, but their lifestyle, worldview, and functioning differ from each other. When we look at successful eco-villages, it is seen that the operation has been well done from the establishment stage and every detail has been designed with meticulous calculations. All living and non-living components that will form the eco-village should be calculated very well with the pre-feasibility studies. If these components work together effectively and benefit each other, the eco-village design will be successful. Besides this, eco-villages may have many different goals and starting points in common. Therefore, we cannot meet a common point, but some features can be guide to how an eco-village should be. For example, having strong common values, mostly ecological, social and spiritual interests, or also starting out with concerns may have goals, such as ecological improvement, strengthening of community life, revitalization of local economies, or deepening spirituality. Keywords: common component of eco-villages, sustainability in eco-villages, lifestyle in eco-villages, ecological improvement, purpose of eco-villages. Introduction. Life in well-designed eco-villages will be healthier, higher quality, enjoyable, and sustainable. Living costs in such eco-villages are much lower. People living herein earn their living by taking part in the works in the eco-village. From this point of view, there is an alternative, sustainable lifestyle that consists of individuals with a high sense of duty. Community awareness is a prominent value in ecological villages, just like environmental responsibility and common culture. Individuals also have rights and priorities. Today, all these concerns in our lives are related to the problems that are constantly felt in the social structure based on consumption, and the communities living in eco-villages are constantly trying to find solutions to these problems with an experimental study. It constantly works on issues such as creating a more human economic system, creating more participatory communication and management systems, establishing more renewable energies, more natural agriculture, and a more holistic education understanding. Some of them are successful and make their models different from the local community or farther away transfers from culture to people. Therefore, it offers different examples of eco-villages from models created on different subjects. Ecological villages generally stay away from the chaos, pollution, competition, and intense consumption in city life. It is established by individuals who want to live in harmony with nature against the offers and impulses of city life. Ecological supports sustainable, autonomous, collective, and productive life, intertwined with nature and emerge as a solution against global economic dependence. In some eco-villages, almost everything is common. Decisions are made with the participation of everyone. This station can slow down the mobility and decision mechanism. In some, common ownership and rights are limited. Common uses are decided by the rules of management. In general, the common feature of eco-villages is sustainability. However, the lifestyle and functioning of people may differ from each other. The understanding of not living the individual behind the place and welfare from the community prevails in the eco-villages. Individuals are interested in jobs that match their abilities and preferences. There are no electrical devices in every home or living area. Items such as washing machines, refrigerators are shared. In their use, not chemical containing cleaning materials, but organic components that are equivalent of these are used. Disposal materials are not used in eco-villages. Although not much, the wastes generated are purposed as fertilizer, the purpose or obtained from organic wastes. In eco-villages, instead of money, a barter system or exchange tool developed as an alternative to money is used. Usually, traditional education methods are not used in eco-villages. Alternative eco-villages models are developed. Lifelong education and learning from nature are followed in school. It may be necessary to build the structure in the eco-village with natural and local materials. To choose certain structure and features and design passive solar green roof, well insulated, energy efficient, able to produce their own clean energy from the sun, wind, soil of the eco-village. It is very important that these preferences are compatible with the nature of the eco-village and the basic needs for the people who will live there. Each eco-campus successfully designed according to these criteria creates human networks and friendship that grow after a while. In this photo, an example of an eco-village plan, and this photo, eco-village master plan. Also, this photo, an example of an eco-village, and this photo also. Definition of eco-village according to Hildur Jackson and Karen Swanson. Hildur Jackson and Karen Swanson are members and pioneers of the Guide Trees, published by Guide Trees in 2022. Eco-village living in their book Restoring the Earth and Her People, Hildur Jackson and Karen Council developed calculate chart to describe eco-villages. After 11 years of study, that developed a definition by considering eco-village in three different dimensions: ecological, social, economic, and spiritual cultural. Afterwards, they divided each title into 5 items and created 15 criteria to fully define eco-villages. According to this circular chart created, the following topics are included in the ecological dimensions of an eco-village: permaculture eco-village design, wildlife biodiversity, nature restoration, local organic food production, consumption recycling, ecological structures enable energy, local water use, green activity, life cycle analysis. The following topics are included in the social and economic dimensions of an eco-village: education and communication, learning by experience, health lifestyle, preventive health measures, holistic medicine, community building, decision-making, conflict resolution, modernizing well-being, child and elderly care, inclusion of people with disabilities, localization of the economy, supplementary money for the social dimensions. The following topics are included in the spiritual and cultural dimensions of an eco-village: creativity, personal experience, spirituality, finding inner peace, blessing of life, holistic circulation, and localization. And in this photo, Taka eco-village in the South Albany region of the America. And this is my early part also. Eco-village common diameters. The global eco-village network, which manages the communication of network eco-villages around the world, was established with this understanding. The first steps of G were taken by the Jaya Trust, founded by Hildur and Rose Jackson in Denmark, This is how the book Eco-Villages Sustainable Communities, written by the Gilmans in 1991, emerged. This book is known as one of the first works that put the concept of an eco-village in a theoretical framework. In the same year, in the journal In Context published by the Context Institute, Robert Gilman continued his theoretical work on eco-village and determined five basic criteria. Gilman emphasized the human scale first. The second criterion, according to Gilman, was that in a true eco-village, human activities should be in harmony with nature. Third, village life had to ensure health, human development. The fourth and fifth criteria were that the established experience could have future continuity. For this reason, the features and economies of eco-villages should not be limited by strict rules. In recent years, Gilman has also added multi-native centers as a prerequisite to the sustainability of eco-villages. Multi-initiative centers, horizontal business organizations aiming to ensure that life in villages continues with the interaction and people's active participation in production process. And also ecological dimensions of eco-villages. The ecological dimensions of eco-villages express an environmentally sensitive approach. The goal here is to create a truly sustainable campus that can be transferred from generation to generation without being destroyed. For this reason, subjects such as sustainable agriculture and ecological buildings are stayed on the campus. Growing organic food within the biological areas of eco-village community as much as possible, to create a living space where natural and local materials are used and local architectural traditions are applied, using rule-based renewable integrated energy systems, ecological business principles to value the life cycles of the products used in eco-villages by approaching them from a social, spiritual, and ecological perspective, ensuring that water, air, and soil remain clean by applying efficient energy and waste management, protecting and promoting biodiversity, and protecting real areas constitute the ecological objectives of eco-villages. The ecological dimensions of eco-villages mainly focus on the connections of people with the world they live in, such as soil, water, plants, and animals, starting from energy, conservation, and waste recycling, to a more environmentally sensitive, less impressive life, village-based energy system integration. Water it clearly expressed a vision that extends to continental plants, restoration of the world, sustainable agriculture, ecological buildings, using integrated energy systems. And in this photo, ecological village and agriculture and eco-village building example. Society in eco-villages. It encompasses people's desire to spend more time together, creating an environment that supports the development of individuals, both individually and as part of the group. Eco-villages are a small environment where anyone can feel empowered. Eco-villages provide a living environment for children to be involved in everyday activities such as gardening and construction. Thus, children acquire experiences that give them different abilities. Acting as a responsible member of society allows them to remember their position in their environment. Social aspects of eco-villages. It encompasses people's desire to spend more time together, creating an environment that supports the development of individuals both individually and as a part of a group. For children, it provides experiences that enable them to acknowledge different abilities. For example, being aware of and relating to other people, sharing common resources and helping each other, giving importance to mental and preventive healthy practice, providing meaningful work and satisfaction to all members of community, allowing an integrated life for children, adults for marginalized groups, criticizes the social dimensions of eco-villages. Often eco-villages encourage people to balance their personal freedom with their responsibility to others. It enables them to learn to create free and purposeful formation for to meet the needs of the society. They live in as well as their own needs, being aware of other people and being in contact with them, sharing common resources and helping mutual aid, learning to make the right decision and resolving the conflicts, giving importance to mental and preventive health practice, providing meaningful work and satisfaction to all members of the community, helping the development of a lifelong education, encourage unity integrated by showing respect, promoting the experience of cultures, implementing the green economy. In this photo, view from within eco villages and other photo eco village and Costin and other photo community in eco village. Solutions for needs in eco villages. Collection ponds and natural filtration methods are used for water needs. Alternative and natural sources such as solar panels, wind turbines, and biofuels are used for lighting, heating, and other energy needs. Transportation is provided by bicycle or on foot. For long distance, common vehicles or public transportation vehicles are preferred. Natural materials such as straw, stone, and clay are used in the construction of living space. In other words, the structures in the eco-village should be built with natural and local materials, and certain structures and feature and design should be prepared. In this photo, eco-village and wind turbine and other photo working together in eco-village. In this photo, architectural eco-village design sketch ideas and other photo aerial sketch architecture. Word eco-village examples. First, Findhorst, Scotland. As the community website says, the Findhorst Foundation is a spiritual community, eco-village and an international holistic learning center that helps to emerge a new human consciousness and create a positive and sustainable future, widely perceived as the mother of eco-villages. The project began in 1962 as an experimental architectural community project in the park near the village of Findhorn in Moray, Scotland. The Findhorn Foundation has been internationally recognized for its work on holistic and sustainable living in 1962. Producing and creating in harmony with nature has always been their main goal, and as a natural result of this, they started their attempts to establish the Python Eco-Village in 1981. The project has been prepared in order to demonstrate that sustainable development can take place under environmental, social, and economic conditions. Eco-Village has made great progress in areas such as ecological structures, renewable energy sources, energy efficiency, biological wastewater treatment system, recycling, local organic food production, sustainable economy, comprehensive decision making progress, which are announced as the new limits of sustainability with the contribution of the Findhorn Foundation. One of the most remarkable of these is the water purification system called Living Machine. According to this system, developed by Dr. John Todd Wastewater can be provided by completely natural means with a biological system that does not use chemicals. Another remarkable feature is the wind turbines in the eco village. Up to 7 and 5 and 0 kilowatt of electricity can be produced through these 4 turbines. Another remarkable application in Python is their own currency, echo, which they use as a means of exchange, and echo costs approximately 1 and can be used as a means of change in the eco village or in community organizations. Due to the outstanding result of the village, its members now serve as a consultants for the United Nations and multinational companies. The village itself is an ever-evolving model used as a learning environment by various universities and alcohol school groups, as well as professional organizations and municipalities around the world. According to study, Python Eco-Village had the lowest ecological footprint of a community in the interrelating world to date, half the UK average. And in this photo, Python Scotland architecture plan map of the park, and in this photo, Moray's location in Scotland. Photo. And in this photo, architecture, housing, design of the village, Python Scotland. And other photo, Python Eco-Village Permaculture Map. And other photo, architecture of the village, Python Scotland. And in this photo, Python Scotland Society. Tamara, Portugal. Tamara, which started with a small group in 1978, is one of Europe's largest and oldest eco-villages. Finally, in 1995, we found a new starting point in southern Portugal under Dieter Dam and Sabine Lynches. From the very beginning, the project focused on the following questions. How can people from different cultures and religions live together, creating peace among themselves? To find answers to this question, the following research topics are covered, the result of which are public, so that the foundation of a non-violent world everywhere can be realized with these data. The community believes in a future without war, fearless love, and seeks to build Terra Nova by creating healing biotopes as centers to research and model a new parliamentary culture with strong ethical foundations. Tamara is a peace research village with the goal of being a self-sufficient, sustainable, and replaceable community model for non-violent cooperation and coexistence between humans, animals, nature, and creation for the future of peace for all. Today, the village is a community of around 20,000 people, attracting visitors from all over the world. And in this photo, we can see Tamara, Portugal architectural plan, and the other photo, we can see architecture of the village, Tamara, Portugal. And the other photo, Tamara, Portugal plan, and the other photo is that Tamara, Portugal Society. And other one, Damanhur, Italy. The Federation of Damanhur, or Damanhur for short, is a common eco-village and spiritual community located on the foothills north of Piedmont, Italy. Founded in 1975 with a capacity 24 followers. The Oberto Ayvedi community today lives in a 30 communities called nuclear, which are spread over a magnificent suburb valley in northern Italy. Each of these quarters in the federation is dedicated to a specific area: solar energy, seed saving, and organic meat production, education, healing, etc. The community is a center for spiritual, artistic, and social research known all over the world. According to Damanhur physiology, every human being is a part of the spiritual system of great powers. Every individual shares the same sacred structure. Awareness ensures that this potential is remembered. This process with enlightenment is repeated with reincarnation according to Damanhur's. Here people call each other by different names. Everyone living in Damanhur is named after an animal they feel close to. In this person's mind, what if someone else takes to the same name from me? Bring the question. The solution is really nice. The person who wants to get a name first learns whether this name is suitable for him by consulting the people he works with. If he gets a positive response, no one else can use that name in the common. The person is always called by this name within the borders or Damanhur. Those who wish can choose a planet name after 3 or 4 years. The people of Damanhur also have their own currency and daily newspapers. Percent of 80 of the inhabitants work in Damanhur. Damanhur made the fastest high-tech eco-village in the world. For starters, it has its own molecular biological lab that tests genetically modified foods. In this photo, Damanhur, Italy, and other photo, architecture, design, temples of humankind, Damanhur, and these are a section of temple, and the other photo is Damanhur, Italy society. And other example of world eco-villages is Sechem, Egypt. Sechem, named after the ancient Egyptian hierarchical meaning vitality, is an eco-village with 4 long-term dimensions for sustainability: culture, ecology, social and economic. This agricultural and social settlement was founded in 1977 by Dr. It was founded by Ibrahim Abshalit with the ideas of sustainable development and giving back to society. Located in the desert lands of Belbas, 60 kilometers northeast of Cairo, Sechem has grown strong and prospers both economically and socially today. Almost 40 years after its inception, the village's 2,080 hectares of green groups provide successful textiles, natural medicines, and herbal tea business employing people. All of this has been possible thanks to Sekem's holistic approach and ethical code of conduct. Located northeast of Cairo, the organization now includes biodynamic farms, trading companies for produce and produced foods, a medical center, a school based on the principles of Waldorf pedagogue open the pipes from any religious or ethnic background, a community school catering especially to the needs for children from disadvantaged groups, a nursery, a vocational training center, and a college, and Heliopolis University for Sustainable Development. And in this photo, Sechem, Egypt plan, and other photo is that sustainable agriculture at Sechem. And the other photo is architectural houses of Sechem, Egypt. And other photo is Sechem Global Eco-Village Network. And the other important photo is direction map Sechem, Egypt. And also the other photo is Sekem's development over the years, and other photo is Sechem, Egypt, buildings and the society. Last example is Araville, India. Araville is an international town in the south of India near the former French colony of Pont-Dictionary, aiming to embody the ideal of human unity. And this ecological study comes about as a result of this. This is the largest existing ecosystem initiative in the world, where men and women in all countries can live in peace and progress, harmony above all beliefs, all policies and all nations. Iroville was founded in 1968 by Anna in line with her imagination as a place where humanity can live in peace and harmony with nature beyond all beliefs, political beliefs and nations. This eco-village described itself as an ideal town experiment dedicated to the unity of the people. It was formed as a result of a vision of Mira Alfasla, who is known as the mother in the eco-village. Alfasla, who went to India several times at that time and pioneered the establishment of Iroville, became a respected person in India. Mira Alpasta is a person who is extremely worn out from various diseases and has found peace and healing in meditation. During her meditations, she noted in her diary that the constantly saw an old banyan tree in an empty field. After a while, she was constantly focused on his incoming vision, and she felt like she had to find this tree. Feeling that the tree is in India, she traveled from France to the southern part of the India, looking for that tree, and found that tree on one of her travels. She continued her meditations under the great banyan tree she had finally reunited with. Later, she dedicated that she needs establish a sustainable, ecological, peaceful settlement completely intertwined with nature where this banyan tree was. And she returned to France, bringing 20 architect friends with them. They drove together the first plans of Iroville, located in the center of the eco-village. It was designed in line with the visions Mira Alpha saw was during her meditations. Later, the eco-village developed in a galaxy model by taking the metrominder to this center. Today, Iroville is home to more than 2,000 people from 33 different countries and is one of the few places on Earth where biodiversity is actually growing. With 50 years of experience and the support of international organizations such as the Ministry of India and UNESCO, Iroville has now succeeded in establishing a social and economic system that is approaching the stability. Today, this type of social security and cooperative allows residents to meet most of their food and supplies needs and even receive a pension. Residents also have free access to education, basic medical care, sports, and many cultural activities of Iroville. And in this photo, architectural master plan, Iroville. And the other photo is the zones of Iroville as named in the master plan. And the other so important photo is construction stage and Iroville architectural drawings. We can see that. And the other important photo is that Iroville section, and the other one is that Iroville International Zone, Planning and Development. And I could find Iroville Kindergarten Plan and this Iroville Foundation chart. And the other photo is Iroville Planning the City. And the other one is that Iroville Sustainable Agricultural Renewable Energies People's Participations. And the other photo is Aeroville facade, architecture facade. And the other photo is Aeroville India. And other photo is very important, earth block construction. And the other photo is architectural facade. And these are round amphi, and these are Aeroville society in eco-villages. And other photo is Aeroville, India. Aeroville residence meditates. We can see that. And Aeroville plan. And I did all the eco-villages in the SWOT analysis. 4 types: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Strength: eco-villages create living space where natural and local materials are used and local architectural traditions are applied. And second, they ensure that water, air, and soil remain clean by applying the efficient energy and waste management. And other one, eco-villages create ecological life by growing organic food using renewable energy systems. They keep the air, soil, and water clean. Thus, people living in a healthy way, a peaceful society is formed and sustainable areas are formed. And other one is weaknesses. First one, most eco-villages prefer traditional roles that are not connected to today's technology. And other one, people are so acclimatized to today's structure that they do not tend to eco-villages, and transportation can be difficult because there are no settlements outside the perimeter of some eco-villages, and fewer tourists than other types of tourism. And opportunities, eco-villages can provide us with new agricultural areas in various places around the world, and eco-villages provide us with a more sustainable life and environmentally friendly environment. And other one is eco-villages provide conversions of structures, new production units, energy production. And other one, opportunities, is social and cultural activities and eco-villages nature protection rules. Threats are the openness of some eco-villages to wildlife is dangerous for humans and some disease. And being away from the outside world, as everything can be done in its own place. It can be dangerous for tourists because some eco-villages are used as a holiday destination. The possibility of deviating from its original purpose over time. And all of these are SWOT analyze all eco-villages, and this chart is eco-villages from different continents and their general characteristic. For example, community Iroville, Crystal Waters, Amanhur, and Pinehorn, and these are approximate population and residential and Euro Foundation. And this is very important because this is our global eco-village network map all over the world, and these are my references. And thank you for listening to me. And if there is any question, you can ask me, of course. And this is my phone number and this is my email. Thank you for listening to me.